Our car tester Matas Kurat says that there is no shortage of pricey SUVs on the market with a sticker price of 100,000 euros. Some are even suitable for off-road driving. But until now, there hasn't been a truly luxury SUV out there, something along the lines of a large touring sedan, like a Bentley, that's also suitable off the road. The new Bentley Bentayga has changed that. It's a very elegant car. You could even call it stately. But that still raises a question. As Matas points out, who really needs a car like this? Nobody really needs one, but when it comes to luxury cars, that's beside the point. The question is, who wants one, and who can afford it? Good question. In Germany, the Bentayga sells for well over 200,000 euros. What's the first impression? Matas says he doesn't feel like he's sitting in a 2-ton-plus SUV. The handling is very smooth and precise, and there's no roll to the left or the right when you drive quickly into a curve. Not bad. And the interior also meets with his approval. Matas says he likes that Bentley hasn't made the move to a fully digital instrument cluster. Real chrome rings on the dash just look nicer than chrome rings on a display. The Bentley has a very elegant dash with a large central display. It has a harmonious look that's suited to this class of vehicle. And in other ways too, the Bentayga is the pinnacle of luxury. Matas says it's evident in the details, for example, on the instrument panel, where the gauges are protected by a sheet of glass, rather than the ordinary plastic. Another nice detail up here is that the overhead reading light responds to pressure and doesn't need an extra button. So the Bentayga is a winner on the roads, but what about off the asphalt? 6 liters, 12 cylinders, 447 kilowatts. That should be enough to handle a bit of off-road driving. And indeed, the Bentayga puts up a spirited performance. The only downside is visibility. Matas says he can't see much. Here's the top. And now he's headed down again. State-of-the-art electronic control systems keep the Bentayga on course. Wolfgang Durheimer says a V8 diesel is due in a year and a V6 hybrid in 2 years. That will be Bentley Motors' first vehicle that can go fully electric with a range of about 50 kilometers in the city. But the first version off the block is a power-packed 12-cylinder. Matas says the Bentayga is quite handy off-road, but he's not really sure if he'd want to drive a car in this price category in terrain like this.
Dieser Preisklasse hier durch so ein Terrain fahren würde.
Instead, he heads for some terrain where there are no rocks or trees to scratch the paint job. Out into the desert for some dune boarding. But do SUVs like the Bentayga need to be able to handle sand? Matas says he's never driven a car like this into sand before. Bentley's Rolf Frech admits that sand driving might not seem crucial, but they found that in the Middle East, how well a car handles sand is a very important criterion. The Bentayga handles sand like a pro, but the driver needs a break. Time to take a look at the exterior. A Bentley trademark is the prominent chrome front grille and the speed-swept Bentley B on the sides. The rear is also trademark Bentley. Under the hood, there's the W12 engine. There's no sign of downsizing here. This is a brute. Time now to see what else the Bentayga can do. We're joined by Derek Bell, a race car driver who's a 5-time Le Mans champion. Today, he'll do a few rounds with us on the racetrack.
Well, you drove many cars.
Yeah.
You really drove many cars.
Yeah.
You really drove very fast and very powerful cars.
Yeah.
Is it comparable to the Le Mans cars?
No, you can't compare it, obviously, because of the sheer height of the car, but the actual performance of it and the actual impression you get of the car is of a sports car. Obviously it isn't, but it's amazing, and I forget that I'm in an SUV when I'm driving it. You can drive the car around the track as if it's a sports car, which is very rare.
Bentley's Bentayga is a sports car that shines both on the road and on sand. As a deluxe dune buggy, the Bentayga really shows what it's made of. Off-road, it masters the terrain with ease and feels like a comfortable touring sedan. Close to the perfect car for every kind of driving, if it weren't for the price and the fuel consumption.